Hear the stories of men and women switching hustles and escaping the odds through entrepreneurship after prison. Not only will these stories inspire you, but also unlock business tips for financial freedom. Thank y'all for tuning in to another dope episode of Escaping the Odds podcast. Got my main man here with me, Kevin Miller, Rock Bottom Publisher, man. The brother just come home, hitting the ground running, man. Got a series of books that he wrote while he was incarcerated. Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, some technical difficulties, but I'm back, man. I'm blessed. How you doing, man?
No, it's all good, man. Thank you for coming on to the show, man. As I was stating early on when we first came into it, man, you fresh home, right? Like you haven't been home, what, 90 days?
I haven't been home 90 days after being incarcerated in the feds for 13 years. So I'm like, man, I'm fresh out of water, man.
No, I absolutely, man. You're doing a remarkable job, man. I see you moving online on Facebook and Instagram, man. Like I say, I thought I hit the ground running when I came home, man. You got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of positive things, man. And so I want to get before we get into the actual book, which is called The Park Heights Tales. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a Park Heights Tales, a series of some great urban novels. Like my urban novels is loved by all my readers. Like go to my Facebook page, Kevin Miller, inbox somebody, ask them about my book. You'll see them promote my books on their page. So the books are fire, like great read.
Okay, absolutely. So we can get into growing up, man, in Baltimore, man, in the Park Heights area. Kind of take us through that, man, and kind of what led you into the criminal justice system.
Well, growing up in that area, like at the time I was growing up in the early '90s to the early 2000s and some part of the late '80s, it was like you wanted to be a hustler, you wanted to be a drug dealer, you wanted to be a dope boy because they had the swag, they had the power. That was what I was seeing in my everyday life. So those were my dreams and aspirations when I was younger because that's what my mind was exposed to. That's what I saw in that hood: selling drugs, people killing, nice cars, women, all of that. But, you know, my mother was on drugs, my father was on drugs. I seen so much turmoil in the streets, how friends would stab friends in the back and all that. And after I got incarcerated, before I got incarcerated, four of my co-defendants snitched on me, testified on me from my neighborhood who I grew up with. So that was a part of the reason why I come home and I'm doing things different. Like they propelled me while I was incarcerated to find some legal entity that I can manage and control from prison, like writing books, self-publishing them, distributing them myself while I'm in prison and while I'm home. So they help with that transformation too. And I've always been a hustler. So while I was incarcerated, the number one thing was I was like, man, I got to figure out a way to provide an honest living. I got to take care of myself. I had support. I ain't gonna knock that. I had a lot of support through the grace of God, but I never stopped. I was pushing. I was writing books. I was writing skits. I was writing movie scripts. I was taking care of my health. I was reading the Wall Street Journal, reading the Writer's Digest, and delving into so many health books, like self-help books, trying to allow my mind to evolve to such a higher level. Because, you know, as a black man, I'm woke now, and I'm not even a mere figment of my previous shell. Like I'm a total different man opposed to when I went to prison, and I'm a business leader in my community. I want to inspire people in my community and stuff like that. So that's what writing came from. It was like I got to do something.
So how old were you when you first got incarcerated? Was this your first time in prison, or was this something that was kind of like an ongoing thing for you?
Me, I was a street dude, 100%. Every day thugging in the street, yes, like every day hanging with thugs, running the streets, getting money, hustling and doing whatever, getting our way, we doing that too. So, you know, that's what it was like for me. But I went to the feds when I was probably 23 years old. They came looking for me. I was in Maryland, but they came looking for me. I seen them looking and watching. I said, I'm out of here. I went to
Yeah.
California. I got out of there on them motherfucker. You heard me? I
Okay.
got out of there. And then they came and tracked me down to California a year later.
Okay. So how was that whole experience, man, with being incarcerated and actually like being on the run for that whole year, man? Because I myself I spent some time in federal prison, and I know how it is. Like when you hear about the indictments and stuff like that, like your heart drop, man. You don't want any kind of attachment to that. You want to be anybody at that moment
Yeah,
besides yourself, right?
absolutely,
And so how
absolutely.
do you how did you keep your mindset on point, and what was that whole experience and emotion that you were dealing with? What was that like?
It was needed at the time. I didn't understand that God had a plan for me. I needed to go through those things to get to where I am today. So even at that stage, I had to go through it. So my mindset was, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep pushing. It's always a better way, a better day. I have a optimistic mindset. I
Yeah,
only think of prosperity. Even back then, like I only think of like good things, and it was like something where I just knew I had to keep going and keep pushing because it's hard getting a 20-year sentence, and you in prison. The
yeah,
feds they want 85% of their time. The
exactly. Yeah.
coronavirus the coronavirus got me out early. So all
Oh
the
wow.
stages of my life, yep, that's how I got out early. Coronavirus got me out
Okay.
with the law changing and me filing some stuff. So
Compassion
you know,
release.
that's how I got out of prison. Compassion release, man. They
Right.
left them doors
So what
open.
was your original out date?
My original out date was like 2028.
Wow.
20, 2028. My original out date was 2028. So to be
Yeah.
here in 2023, 2020, I'm not playing no
Yeah.
games.
No, I know,
Shit.
absolutely. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned like the COVID situation, man. Like that's sweeping through the country like crazy. And
Yes.
so I know in the system, 'cause I know I still got a lot of friends and people in the system, in the federal system. Um,
Yeah.
it's sweeping through that system as well. So getting up out of there and coming up out of here, how are you able to like adapt? Not just to because this is not a regular environment now out here in society
Yeah.
because things are shut down. Businesses and organizations and just society is moving differently.
Hmm.
So how were you able to like adapt and just kind of like deal with this new way
Well,
of living out here?
when I was in prison, I was working in medical. I was the head orderly of medical, and
Okay.
when the COVID came in, I was working with the medical staff. They were trying to stamp COVID like from spreading. So I was able to get the knowledge of working around real doctors, real nurses who taught me all the capacities of the disease and what it took to stamp it out, to stop it from spreading, how to treat it, and like so it was kind of easy for me. I'm used to washing my hands. I'm used to wearing a face
Mm,
mask. 'Cause in prison, you can't come out your cell unless you have a face mask on. You want to get out your cell. When they open
right.
your door, you're gonna have it on.
Right.
I was there with when it spread it. So, and I thank God that I haven't caught it because I worked around it in prison. I was cleaning
Yeah.
up. I was in Forest City, FCI Forest City in Arkansas, down south, and
Right.
I was a medical orderly, man. Like I'm talking, I was on the front line when people. I went in multiple cells dressed in PPE and had to halt down cells where guys had corona, and
Wow.
I had to take a training on biohazard. So I was able to deal with it from that side. So coming out here, and then the people that I'm around, they conscious. I live in a house with a nurse, so it's
Okay.
like we've been careful, and thank God that we haven't caught it, and so it been easy for me. I still
Yeah.
go out. I just wash. I
Yeah.
take it serious though. I wash
Yeah.
my hands. I wear that face mask. I
Yeah.
follow all the rules and guidelines. That's
So
it.
man, it sounds like to me, man, while you were incarcerated, man, you did a lot of like improving on yourself, even
Mm,
just outside of just the business of learning to write a book and try to create a honest living, just to be able to keep yourself up on health and things of that nature, man. I definitely I commend you on that. What I want to do now though, I want to get into this book, man. I want to get into
mm,
Prague Heights Tales, the series.
yeah,
I know you were
yeah.
telling me that you penned all of the books, and if I'm not mistaken, is it three or four?
It's three of them. I got five
Okay.
books total, but the Park Heights Tales series is three. One, two, and
Okay.
three.
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. And like you were telling me, man, like I heard of Park Heights, but of course I'm not from Maryland, and so that's your stumping ground. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
if you
Yeah.
can kind of take us back to there and like what inspired the book, and we're gonna also get into like your process of writing that book as well, because there may be some people
Yeah.
on here that wanna learn
They
how to
need
write their own book, but they don't know how to
yeah.
go about getting their ISBN and things of that nature. So I want to
Yeah.
make sure that
Yeah.
you provide all that great information for
Well, coming coming from Park Heights, it was for me, it was like inspiring as to where I got my swag from. How I wanted to always have money because I learned that money was power. Like Park Heights dudes, like niggas from Park Heights, we can dress, we got swag, and it's just natural. We got our own like type of energy, like so. It was like seeing it. It was a fast hustle. The money was fast, the cars was fast, the women was fast. It was the life, like for me when I was out there.
them. Right.
And I done seen it all. I don't need nobody that had to say, "Oh no, he ain't lived it." Shit, ask about my name. They gonna tell you, like he really lived it. Dude is really, about that, like for real.
Yeah.
And I don't brag on that, but I really was in the streets, so it inspired me by see, I know how the game goes. When I write stories and I write books, I know how the streets go. I don't have to put nobody's name in there to make nobody feel like, oh, he's snitching in his books because he said this go like that. Like I'm cut from that cloth. I know how to write a book without putting your business out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know to entertain rain. You know how many people told me like, man, I had to put your book down and start playing with myself, like women and men alike. Like when I write books, I write for
Right.
freaks too. Like people
Yeah.
who like sex. Like my books are triple X rated. So
Yeah.
like I get a lot of that'd be shocking to you.
Yeah. So
That'd be
the whole process of writing this book, how does a writer get into that mindset? 'Cause I know you mentioned that you had wrote that you were reading Writer's Digest, and I read
mm,
those magazines as well while I was incarcerated. 'Cause I wrote a script too, but I didn't really get off
yeah.
into writing as deep as you did. But I know that there's a process, and let's talk about that process of
That
what did you need?
process,
Yeah.
listen, that that process is grueling. The process of writing is by far the hardest fucking thing I've ever done. But
Yeah.
it is so rewarding. It takes discipline. That process is you got to X every fucking thing out. When I was in prison, I would put a blocker, a towel on my door so you can't look in my window. I would get my music. I would take all the goals and aspirations I had in my head and I would
Hmm.
write them on paper and work that shit out on paper until it came to that spot where I knew it was right.
Right.
And that's what you got to do. You got to discipline yourself. You got to tap into the best part of you. And prison helped me tap into that best part of me because some of those long ass years when I wanted to do this or do that or go this place or be there for this and be a man this way and I couldn't, I was like,
Hmm.
well, if I can't be there and do this, I'm going to tap into this side of me so I make sure while I'm here, I'm making this shit worth. So if it's anybody who I can reach that's in prison that was in the same um situation as me that are inspiring authors and writers, I'm telling you, I had to start from one day before. I didn't know this shit. When I went to prison, I was a drug dealer. I was a street dude. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't into business, but I was able to put my mind in a different area and level up. So you
Yeah.
can do it too. Anybody listening that's trying to write any goals you have, you can
Hmm.
do it.
Now
Like
you
I
mentioned
come from
you mentioned that you had support while you were in there, and you were self
yeah,
published while you were incarcerated, right? And
yeah,
so take us through that whole process and educate the audience on how you were able to self publish and some of the things, some of the steps that you took to make sure that you was able to take your book from your head to that
yeah.
manuscript to actually that physical
Perfect.
book being distributed, everything,
Yeah,
all the business things put together.
mm,
Let's just talk
I
about
got
that.
you. All right, so we just talked about the process of writing it. That's the hard part.
Yeah, right.
Writing it. Right.
Hmm.
Get your writing down. Do it. Get it out your head. That's writing. Once you have it written down on paper and a point where you done took it to the best level you can take it to, then
Hmm.
now it's time to publish. One thing about being a boss and a person who is a CEO or a leader, whatever you may call it, you don't have to know what to do to take every part of your business to the next level, but you have to make sure that you know somebody that can get it done and that they get it done. So however you gotta go. Some of the stuff that I had to do, I was in prison. I had cell phones sometimes when I was in prison, but sometimes I didn't.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to have some people in my life that I could call them. I could forward them some information and say, hey, check this out, check that out, check that out. So if you're trying to do something, you got to be a problem solver.
Mm.
Problem solvers rule the world. People who don't fucking give up, but actually stand in the midst of the trials and tribulation and solve that problem. Don't run from it. If you want something, get immersed in it. Become
Yeah.
one with it. And when you're one with it, don't give up. Every day, wake up and try to figure out a way how to get this shit done. So that's
Right.
how I was doing. I was putting it on people who was on the outside, and I was blessed to have a blessed family, strong team of most of them was
Yeah.
females. Shout
Yeah.
out to black women, black fucking women. That's
Yeah.
I am a testament that black women got power and they work and they are
Yeah.
the leaders and elders of our community. So you have to do it that way. So my process was like this. All right, I would write a book. I would have a graphic designer. Reach out to a graphic designer. Figure out what graphic designer you can have. They're gonna charge you some money. You lucky if you find somebody to do it for free, but have some money. Hustle up some money. You gotta invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, no fucking body else will invest in you. I am a
Mm.
product of I've been investing in myself. There was times where I wanted to do X, Y, Z, but that shit didn't add up. So I had to
Mm.
invest in me and I had to
Yeah.
invest in things that were a part of me. So
There you
invest
go.
in yourself. It's number one. Invest all your energy and time to yourself. This shit is a hustle. So I would write the books. I was in prison. I couldn't put it on there. I would hire somebody. Hey, I found you on this, or I heard from you through second party or whatever. You charge XYZ to take what I wrote on paper and type it into the computer, put it in the format, add to this cover that I got from this graphic designer, and put this on Amazon for me. But attach my bank card information so when books are being purchased and money being made, it goes to my bank account.
Mm.
Amazon will give you an ISBN number. So
Okay.
anybody that's aspiring to write books or write movies or whatever, just write them, do it, and then hire other people who can help you take yourself to the next
Yeah.
level. Because through them you'll learn, and it might
Yeah.
only cost you $200 or $150 or $100 here. It's
Yeah.
not a whole bunch of
Now,
money. But
now with Amazon, do you have to come up with the cost of printing every book, or that's taken out of whatever you sold?
they it's taken out of whatever you sold. If I put a book up, like I have an author price. When you're an author and you put a book on Amazon, you have a author price. And when I say you have an author price, you get the books for what Amazon is going to charge you to print it. So
Okay.
my numbers are really low.
Yeah.
Amazon, they don't. I got 4 books, so
Okay.
my numbers is low. So
Right.
when you upload your book, if they're going to tell you what they're going to charge you to print that book,
Okay.
they're going to tell you that, and you have to go by that. Like
Okay.
it's going to be a great margin though. No
Okay.
one should have a reason to complain about selling books when
Okay.
you Amazon,
Now
and
let me.
then but
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
they charge for shipping. They'll ship the book and they charge for shipping. But I deliver books myself. I just had an event where I sold some books. I got a book in bookstores, like physical bookstores in the city, and I will like pull up on you, buy a certain amount of books. We can meet up somewhere. I serve you that way, or I'll go to the post office myself and deliver it. So that's how I'm
Yeah.
selling mine.
So with technology, you left during a time where pre Facebook, Instagram, or maybe or just technology as a whole, right? And so when you came home, did you think about an ebook strategy at all?
Well, a lot of this stuff, man, I got so much aspirations and goals in my vernacular that I I have so much content because I was in prison. I was writing, so I haven't really even got a full grip of every pertinent part of my business and my company and as my brand. Some of the things, the kinks are being worked out. Like I just published a book. Uh, maybe about 10 days ago, and I haven't made it live for ebook yet, but I need to do that. But
Right.
I was just shooting some skits. I was shooting some skits for my YouTube channel last night. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I've been recording
Yeah.
stuff for that, and I'm working on some movie scripts. Like it just don't stop with me. I'm hustling. I'm just over here now, so I'm just,
Yeah. No.
and I've been home just a short time, so I'm trying to get a handle
Right.
of everything and get acclimated out here a little
So,
better.
hey,
So
so how much time did you spend incarcerated
13
total?
years,
13 years. Okay.
13,
All right.
13 years.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a long time, man. Like I say, man, you
Yeah,
you come home, man, and you are on top of your business, man, all the way. And you mentioned something earlier. You talked about a team. And that's very important to have because
yes,
we can't do it by ourselves, you know. And the
no,
information we just don't have the skill sets to do certain things. So, but sometimes people don't like to delegate. They try to handle
mm,
everything themselves, and what happens is they
you
get burned
can't.
out. They get burned out, you
Jeff
know.
Bezos, look, Jeff Bezos. When it comes to people whose IQ that I respect Jeff Bezos' IQ. Like he's one of the guys that in the financial sector I respect because
Right.
he's taken his company and made it a behemoth in the
Yeah.
shortest time than anybody. So
Yeah.
I've been studying him. I was looking into what it took
Yeah.
for him to get there and how he was able to scale his companies. And one thing I learned, you have to have a team. You have to delegate stuff to people who you can put it in their hands and you can trust and know that they're going to take it to that next level. Don't
Right.
be selfish. Don't think you can do everything by yourself. You did.
Yeah.
Thinking you can do it. The president is just the president. He got delegates, people he can just give tasks to and they'll do it. Like
Yeah.
this shit is when you trying to be rich, prosperous, have generational wealth, be of anything that's on an esoteric level, like like real heavy out here. Like man, you have to have a team of people, and I
Hmm.
thank God for the team I got. I ain't gotta mention their name. People know who my team is. The people that's with me, that
You're
see
right.
me, that we ride in the same cars together, where we meet up,
Yeah.
where we go out, we go places, we you know
Yeah, no,
we sit
absolutely. Hey,
together.
so
You know?
while you were incarcerated, what were some of the books that you were reading outside, of course, your own stuff that you was writing, but like business books or whatever kind of kept your mind turning to make sure that you were gonna be on point once you came out here.
The Wall, I can wholeheartedly
Yeah.
attribute the Wall Street Journal.
Yes,
That's the
sir.
newspaper. It come
Yes.
every day.
Every
I
day.
can attribute the Wall Street Journal
Right.
to man, to the man that you
Yeah.
see, the way that you see me articulate my words right now.
Yeah.
That's the
Hey,
best
it's
business
fun.
paper in the world.
Hey, the best business paper in the world. Hey, and it's funny you said that, man, because I got a Wall Street Journal right here, right? And it's crazy, right? And
I'm
to be
telling
honest,
you,
to be honest with you, right? To be honest with you, the same experience you had with the Wall Street Journal, I literally read it for like 8 years straight, like every day. They come like clockwork. So, and then after a while, I started getting my own
yeah,
subscription. And so,
yeah,
as you said, man, it's like it takes your mind to a whole another level. After reading that newspaper for so many years, it's like you can't
yeah.
even come back out here with the same
Your
mentality
mind is
I'm
like
talking on business level, on the business
way
side. Yeah, and so
absolutely.
I definitely can identify with that, man. And for anybody that's listening who's incarcerated and who wants to kind of learn more about business, like that's
The
your business
Wall
school.
Street Journal.
Yeah,
That's your business school. The Wall Street Journal, like, man, is the best read you can ever get. If you're trying to allow your mind to advance and evolve on a level where you have never been, it's going to give you worldly knowledge. It's going to give you you're going to learn stuff about every fraction and section in life. Wall Street Journal is the best read for anybody who's trying to take their life to the next level, evolve, wake the hell up, know what's going on in technology, like see how like businesses are being structured, how businesses are failing. They should give me a promotion. Like
man.
I'll be a they could sign me on as they should sponsor me. That's
Right.
what I'm
No.
hustling for. I'm trying to get some sponsors. So that's
No.
what made
Absolutely.
me be aware. Like I'm
Yeah.
seeing the world. I want to
Yeah.
see the world. I don't want to just stay in Baltimore City or just the places in the United States. Like I want to go out there and see the fucking world. I'm living my life. I could have still been in the cell. My release date said 2028. So to come out here and bullshit, who? Please, who? Never.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, no,
that.
hey man, and you doing your thing, man, through the grace of God, man. You got a mindset shift, and now you got, like as you stated earlier, man, you got a legal entity where you can actually create something for yourself, and then also at the same time inspire others, to be able to do the same thing. And
Yeah,
so that's what we're about here, man. On Escaping the Odds, we want to
yeah,
change the narrative, man. We want people to kind of see that just because you were formerly incarcerated
yeah,
and you got a business mind, you
yeah.
can come home and you can actually you can do some of those things that
You
you
can
were
do
wishing
it.
and hoping about while you were incarcerated.
You can do it.
Uh,
Anybody who's incarcerated, anybody who incarcerated or come from the streets, I'm telling you, this side is much better.
yeah,
If you put your
actually,
mind and your heart and all your energy into something, you can be a productive member of society and scale your life, scale your business, scale your goals to that level to where you'll have a strong foundation. Like the
right,
same money and the things you can do on the legal sector that you used to do when you were selling drugs or committing crimes, it's over here too. And the only thing that don't come with it, you don't have to watch your back. You're not in the hood no more. You're not in bad environments. Like you're off
right.
taking care of your family,
There you go.
giving, supporting your community in your ways, making money, living your life. So
No,
anybody can do
I
it.
love
Don't
it,
think
man.
you gotta,
I call it switch. I call it switch hustles, man.
man.
To be able to do that. But the switch hustle is to switch your mindset first to be able to do that. And
Yes,
you and I
yes.
are doing it, and countless others as well, man, are
Mhm.
doing that. And so what's next for Kevin, man, and the publishing company? What can we expect over this next year? I see what you're doing over this past 90 days. So what's going on? How we go clear out 2021?
I'm clearing out 2021, living my life, doing the things that I want to do, going to
Yeah,
places I want to go. I don't let dreams stay in my mind. The shit that I
yeah,
want to do, places I want to go, it start here. Yeah, it start here, but it doesn't end there. I will take it and I will write it on paper until I get it on paper the best way that I need it on paper to convey that message. And then I will take that and I will take that out into the world. I will call people, I will meet people when they I'll know you, the universe gonna reward you when you walking into your dreams, into your goals. Everything you need gonna come to you, but you have to first take that step and towards greatness. Step out on faith. Don't be scared. You got goals, dreams, aspirations. Just walk out on them, and God gonna reward you. The universe, everything you need. The people gonna come to you, and once that comes, you take it to the next level. Just keep taking it and taking, handling your business. If it calls for you to
yeah,
have a meeting, have a meeting. If you got phone calls to make those phone calls. If you have to be somewhere, be there on time. Look good. Start eating better. If you pray, whatever God you believe in, pray to Him. Her, whatever you believe in, worship it. That helps. If you into meditation, meditate. You into working out, working out. Try to live a wholesome lifestyle. Like and just be that best person that you can be because you can be better than me. I come from nothing. Like nothing. Like for real. I was in group homes, foster homes. I know what it's like to have a mother who on drugs, a father on drugs. So this is,
right,
hard work. So this is my first book right here. Hit me up,
okay,
Facebook, wherever you at. I'll
yeah,
ship it to you. I'll
right.
send you links where you can get it.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because the next thing I was going to ask you was like, how can everybody reach you? Like, how can we get a hold to you?
Yo, you can reach me on Facebook. Facebook Kevin Miller. Facebook Kevin Miller. Instagram, my company is called Rock Bottom. So you can go to Instagram and go to IG Rock Bottom Pub. Rock Bottom Pub.
Okay,
Instagram, Rock Bottom Pub. And I'm so fresh out of prison that I'm still even learning how to work social media and
yeah,
all of
no,
that stuff. And
no, man,
everything is
look,
like
hey, man, no, you doing an
new to
excellent
me.
job with it, man. Or definitely, man, definitely. And so we definitely appreciate you
Yeah,
coming on, man. Like as we say here on Escaping the Odds, is opportunities over penitentiaries. You all can find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, the YouTube channel, Escaping the Odds, Instagram, Escaping the Odds podcast, the website, escapingtheodds.com for more videos. This video will be able to you'll be able to watch this video in its entirety on there as well. And again, bro, man, thanks for coming on, Kevin, man. You're doing remarkable things. I can just
Thank you.
imagine. Hey, eventually we're gonna have to do a reunion. We'll have to do a reunion, man. Probably like a year from now. I definitely want to be able to see how far God is taking you, man, and the things that you're doing. And so let's do that, man. Let's link up 365 from now, man, and give a play by play on the things you accomplished over that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thank y'all for having me on the show. I definitely thank y'all for having me on the show. I look forward to that reunion. Just know that I'm working. So
Oh,
your
I already
hands
know.
gonna be full with me.
Hey, no,
So keep me in the year. Like
it's
I'm working.
all good, man. You know, because we want to be able to
Yeah.
inspire on here, man, and show that you can come from,
Right.
incarceration or just a life of, where you want to be in your best self and escape the odds. That's what we all about, man. So until next time, bro, man. Thank you, man, for coming on, man. And again, continue to support myself and Mr. Kevin Miller, the Park Heights Tales. Extraordinary stories in there, I can imagine. So yeah, let's continue to work, man, and be positive and be the change. So thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank y'all
All
for
right.
having me. See y'all later in the year.